Whiskey review time.
What are we going to start with?
I don't know. I thought you were doing it.
All right, we started with the Chattanooga deal, right?
Yeah,
So
we
let's
did.
hit that.
That was the Chat 111. Yep.
111. This is a buddy of yours, you say, huh?
Yeah, so that's an old school friend of mine. Tim's been around forever. I mean, we did a bunch of TV stuff with him, shot a bunch of stuff at his distillery, and he's just a good cat. Yeah, if you're ever down in Chattanooga, let me know. I'll hook you up with him. He's a good guy, just to know.
I'd love to, man. Yeah, obviously a good marketer. The bottle's fucking beautiful. That's good stuff. That was crazy smooth, I thought, and then it just kind of burns.
For a 111, it's solid.
Burns you a little bit on the backside, but
Yeah.
I liked it. And I liked it quite a bit.
It was a lot of cinnamon. It was very like Christmas spice. It does have a little burn, but it doesn't drink like 111.
No.
Doesn't have the Jack Daniels flavor that I was expecting. I was a little nervous going into it because it's everything very distinctive out of the Jack Daniels and that
Yeah,
Oh, you're
style.
talking about the Tennessee whiskey.
yeah. Jack's got a real serious mash note. I mean, have you tried the Jack triple mash yet?
I've not.
Put
I've
that on
kind
your
of tried to
list.
stay away from
So I didn't
most things.
like. I like Jack, but I mean, I like Jack because I'm friends with a couple of the master distillers who've pushed out of there, and they're cool cats. But Jack has, I will admit, like traditional black label Jack is harsh. Like it's just what it is.
Yeah.
It's a serious drinking. But like Gentleman Jack,
I've tried a bunch of those. And
so
the
Gentleman,
Sinatra
the
and some
Gentleman
other
Jack
ones.
is a little bit smoother because it runs through the Lincoln County process twice. So the Gentleman Jack, it goes through the charcoal 2 times. That's the whole point of the Gentleman Jack. But they've got this thing called triple mash that I didn't even know existed. I was just on a trip, saw it at a liquor store, bought it, and sitting around the fire. We were on one of our little off-road adventure trips, and I just bought it at a liquor store. And before I knew it, I drank the entire bottle sitting around the fire one night, and it's really, really good. So if you see it, and it's not crazy expensive. It's like a $30-$40 bottle of Jack, but it was really, really good. Yeah.
I struggle with the Jack Daniels products. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I love the name. I love the image. I love the heritage, but damn, it's tough to drink.
It's the reality is behind the Jack stuff. It's mass produced stuff. I mean, that's the end of the day, right?
I went to that Bourbon and Beyond festival. It's like an outdoor concert kind of venue in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yep.
And they've got all kinds of distillers out there. So Barter House was out there, and they were giving like a seminar. So they do this deal, and they give you like a plate of, they give you a payday candy, and then like a ginger, like a chewy ginger candy. And then what's that? Pop Rocks.
Yep.
Is another one.
Oh, yeah.
And they pair them with ryes
Really?
and bourbons, and they kind of walk you through it. I don't really pay a lot of attention to what people generally say.
Really?
So I didn't retain all of it, but Google it. It's a lot of good information there.
There were things said that
There
could
were
be
things
good.
said that made it taste way better.
It's mind blowing the way it like the payday brings out all kinds of crazy stuff from the rye.
It's bonkers how much that changes. Yeah, it blew when they gave you that dark chocolate, and so you take a bite of the dark chocolate and then you drink the Woodford. It was completely different, and it blew my mind how different and when you play the game with all these guys, right? Like a little bit of water, a little bit of this, everything changes. Yeah, everything changes.
There's some science to it for sure.
Oh, it's a lot. I mean, it's wild how like different times of day, different day. They go to a bottle. If you open a brand new bottle you never had and you try it, you're like, I don't know if I like that. I'm like, that's fine. Give it some time. I'm gonna come back to that one. You might come back to that one and you're like, man, I kind of like this, didn't I?
Yeah,
I didn't like this. This is really fucking good.
Yeah, the best when it comes to drinking whiskey, the best advice I was ever given was by like a bourbon person in Kentucky, and they said that first sip, throw that shit away. Like that first sip means nothing. That's like it's always fucking gasoline at the end of the day, no matter what.
Chattanooga whiskey.
I'm gonna give it a 7.3.
Whoa.
I liked it. I liked it quite a bit.
There we go.
Yeah, I thought that was good. Yeah, that resonated with me. I enjoyed it. It was a little hot, but absolutely on the buy it list. And I like the bottle, man. I like the
Yeah, that
cork.
probably gave it an extra.
I think that gave it a point. I'd probably gone 7.2 if it wasn't an embossed bottle with a cork.
Bottle with a cork in it. Yeah.
Great bottle, a lot of flavor. I'm gonna go 7.0. I'm gonna go 7 even.
I like this way better.
Really?
Yeah.
This one,
So this you should like better because this is literally twice as much as that.
winner.
Yeah. So like I said before, I always like rate my whiskeys on the dollar price of it.
Yeah,
But
then you're shocked sometimes.
it
too.
is true, but yeah, like that. Like I said, that's like a $50 bottle, and this is like a $90 bottle.
this blew me away when I saw such a high corn. I was like,
Yeah, I figured it'd be like
So the first time I toured this distillery and they said that, I thought this is gonna be terrible.
yeah.
This is gonna be so hard and so
drinking
hot.
E85.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'm gonna give it so much higher because it blew me away. So it was really, really good. Don't get me wrong, but when I saw that corn, and then when I tasted it, I was like, "Holy shit, this is good." Mm-hmm. Yeah. So your number on Chattanooga?
I'm gonna go 6.8 on the Chattanooga and 7.2 on the Leiper's Fork.
Yeah, that's a good number. 7.2 on the Leiper's Fork for sure. Yeah, 7.2. I liked it.
It was good. It's interesting to see that it actually has an age on it, 4 years for like a kind of a boutique-y type distillery. Rare. It's nice to rate it like prior to knowing the price, you know, just so you're not gauging it on
What would you-
because I'm always curious to
You would
see
have rated
like,
it below this?
I honestly would because and I liked it a lot, but I'm always curious to see if you like slid somebody like a Pappy 10, like, you know,
Without knowing.
or a Weller 12 and you don't tell them like what it is just to see how the rating is. But I did like that quite a
Slip
bit.
some Armenian cognac in there and say it's
Well,
Pappy 12.
that is a feather in that's a feather in your cap for being a seasoned bourbon drinker to being what the fuck is this shit? This is gone bad.
Yeah. Pulled out the bottle of Pappy. I went downstairs.
That was
to
a
get
20 year.
They hot swapped you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I took a sip of it and they're all just like staring at me like,
It was identical. The color was
I have
could
a
not
friend.
tell the
I have a
difference.
friend who's a big wine guy, and he does that. He'll like literally like decant a bottle of $2 Chuck and put like a $500 bottle of red beside it, and then just watch everybody like, oh man, you can totally taste the. And it's fucking $2 Chuck, man. It's just garbage wine.
we tried it with Phil. We poured it. We were shocked because it is identical in color to Pappy 20. And me and Josh are sitting there we're celebrating something. Phil takes one sip and you just like, I've never seen a face quite like that. It was like,
it was like he was saying, you have those days where like whatever's on your tongue and you're like, just the whiskey's not hitting right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh, this is Pappy.
It's like drinking whiskey after you had some hot Takis.
Looks
Yeah,
at
I
both
understand
of us.
completely.
Like I've had it before and I really, really like it. I don't want to look like an asshole and say this stuff's bad, but
I really am surprised you like this one more. From your generally what you gravitate to with 111, it was spicy.
it might have been transitioning from that to that if you'd have flip flopped them. But I think Phil's spot on with the review on the 7.2. I liked it. I like it a lot just because it's Leiper's Fork, and I've got like a thing for. I just picture myself like
sitting
it's so picturesque.
on
there,
a hillside,
Chilling in
holding
Leiper's
hands
Fork
with
Yeah.
some other
William
dude.
Shatner
Exactly.
talking about
Me and Chris Stapleton were just like giving each other noogies, like just talking about.
Just I'm
Like,
telling you what,
be
this
like, man,
fucking
you
tonight,
like Waylon? You listen to Waylon? Man, I love Waylon. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Hanging with Chris Stapleton wouldn't be cool.
Yeah, I'm sure he wouldn't like a fucking noogie.
Well, he would give me one. I feel like he'd be like,
based on your
better if you said Hank 3, that'd be better.
based on
hey,
your statements about
I love some Hank 3.